Ha! The Secret Door Network, Book 1, The Quiet Door, Chapter 7, The Symbol's Meaning. The discovery of the symbol etched under the table left the trio buzzing with excitement and unease. They sat back down, their laptops open, and the picture of the symbol glowing on Lina's screen. "It's definitely from the message board," Lina said, zooming in on the image. "We've seen it in the encrypted sections before, but it's never been this clear." Violet sipped her coffee, leaning in closer. "So the symbol is physical. He's been here, in the real world, planting clues all along." May crossed her arms, deep in thought. But what does it mean? It's not just a decoration. It has to be part of the riddle. Lina quickly pulled up the hidden message board and started typing, her eyes scanning the lines of code that connected their puzzle pieces. There's something about this symbol that feels foundational, like it's connected to the architecture of the board itself. Violet's fingers tapped lightly on the table as she thought out loud. Maybe it's a key, something we need to unlock the final door. May raised an eyebrow. Another key? Didn't we just unlock one? Violet shrugged. Yeah, but every door has its own lock, right? And he said the game was only just beginning. Lina stopped typing, her gaze focused on a new section of the code. Wait a second, there's a pattern here. See how the symbol matches these sequences? The others leaned in, following her cursor as it highlighted a series of codes hidden deep within the message board. It was subtle, but the symbol under the table seemed to be mirrored in the way the encryption had been structured. "It's like the symbol is embedded in the framework," Lina said. "This whole time, it's been right in front of us, but we've never looked for it in the code." Violet nodded slowly. "So, what do we do with it?" Lina typed rapidly, her fingers moving across the keys as if the answers were finally falling into place. "We trace it. If this symbol is part of the core, it might lead us to the final door." The tension grew as they watched the lines of code shift, revealing a path they hadn't seen before. The further Lina delved into the encrypted sections, the more the symbol seemed to guide them like a roadmap to a hidden layer of the message board. Finally, a new door appeared on Lina's screen. It was simple, unmarked except for the same symbol etched into its surface. "We found it," Lina whispered, her voice filled with awe. Violet leaned closer. "Is this it? The final door?" Lina hesitated, her finger hovering over the enter key. Only one way to find out. With a deep breath, she hit the key, and the door unlocked. The screen flickered, and a new message appeared, but it wasn't from 1-800-5194. Instead, it was from the system itself, as if the board had been waiting for them to reach this point. "Welcome. You've unlocked the final door. To proceed, you must answer the question, why?" "Why?" May repeated, frowning. "What kind of question is that?" Violet's brow furrowed. "It's not like the other riddles. It's more philosophical." Lina stared at the screen, her mind racing. Maybe that's the point. This whole time we've been chasing doors, solving puzzles, unlocking layers of encryption, but we never stopped to ask why we were doing it. May leaned back in her chair, arms crossed. "Because it's a game." "That's why." Violet shook her head. "No, it's more than that. 1-800-5194 has been leading us, guiding us through this labyrinth of riddles and doors, but he's never explained why he created this in the first place." Lina's eyes widened as the pieces began to fit together. What if that's what he's been trying to tell us all along? The riddles, the doors, the hidden layers. It's not just a game, it's a question. May raised an eyebrow. "A question about what?" Lina's voice softened. "About why we're doing any of this. Why we're building these networks. Why we're hiding behind encryption and puzzles. Maybe 1-800-5194 is asking us to think about the bigger picture." Violet leaned forward, her excitement growing. "So, how do we answer that? How do we answer why?" Lina sat back, the weight of the question settling over her. "I don't know, but I think that's the point. We have to figure it out." The room fell into a contemplative silence as they each stared at the screen, the question hanging in the air like a riddle they couldn't quite solve. The final door had opened, but the answer lay beyond the code, beyond the game, somewhere deeper. And as the minutes ticked by, the man with the fedora, unseen but ever present, watched from a distance, waiting for them to take the next step.